welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm going to do a bit of a Dubai vlog. So this is a bit of an intro, and then we're going to go into some snippets, because a lot of people slip into the DMs. I've got business over there and it is nice, but I often take my missus and have a bit of a holiday, as you do. She's a good girl and she works hard. She's got her own aesthetics company and 4 clinics. So like myself, I have other businesses and other adventures where she's got various things managed as I have. So which enables me to travel, document it and vlog it, and hopefully give you guys some sort of inspiration, really. None of these videos are ever, to show my success or wealth off. Yes, it does cost money, but I'm hoping it's an inspiration rather than, oh, that's that idiot going on holiday again. People have got to remember, guys, I do 4 or 5 weeks work back to back. So my other business commitments, as my missus does, we sort of work back to back 7 days a week. Today I was down at my car showroom, and I was obviously, keeping on top of the lads, seeing what's happening in terms of vehicles going out and in, and what's to buy. So I do a lot of the buying, and I enjoy that. And obviously the other guys, valet, MOT, service, etc. We have that conveyor belt going out, and it's rather enjoyable. My brother's got a car dealership, so I get a lot of the cars from my brother. My dad's retired, and it's nice. It really is nice, and it takes me away from trading. Now I've got the Discord fairly well managed. There's a chap called Ali. He's well on board with trading and sort of managing the social media side of things, really. So he's wanting to me to create a little bit of content and document, our journey and where we can potentially go as traders, retail traders, and potentially maybe moving into the professional realms like myself. So we'll start with the hotel. We stayed at the W Hotel, which is at the end of the Palm. As you're looking at it on the map, I'll post it up here. It's left of Atlantis. We went half board. The price was about $10,000, so not overly cheap. Of course, oil's gone through the roof, therefore your flights have followed suit. And is it worth the money? Me personally, I believe it is, for the service. Everything is pretty much 10 out of 10. It's a 5-star hotel, and you've got everything at your beck and call. We don't typically go all inclusive with Dubai. Yes, it is long haul, but it's almost like a city break to me, because I do have business over there, so I don't want to be fixed in that all inclusive sort of rat race. I do like going out for breakfast, dinner and tea where I want to go, when I want to go. So it is worth it. It is a lot of money. I dare say if you book it out of season or give yourself 6 months grace, potentially you get it cheaper, but roughly with obviously business class flights, it's about 10 grand. It was, of course, a lot dearer than that when we went to the Maldives over Christmas. That was nearly 20k. So, yes, it is a lot of money, but they are a lot of holidays. Maldives especially, it's luxury and opulence on top of each other. So, again, we don't put in the hours, guys. Do you know what I mean? So, I've grown that trading account up now. We don't have kids, so we are able to travel. When we was there, we actually went on the monorail, which was quite quirky, because typically you just get an Uber or a driver, which we had. I've got my own drivers over there that don't work for me, but you just give them a little call, and obviously fuel is cheaper out there, therefore your taxis are as well, and unfortunately the labour's cheaper as well. A lot of Pakistani and Indians over there as well that look after the place, in my opinion, and they're great people. And your taxis to get around, so it's nice. You go for a coffee here, or we went to the Cheesecake Factory and we just nip around, and I love it. I really do love Dubai. What else? So I jumped on a little paddle board, an electric little paddle board. That was quite quirky. That was like $100. So I went from one side of the Palm over to like the probes, as you're looking at it, and you've got your probes coming off. Mooched over there. That was fun. Went to Gordon Ramsay's, as you'll see in the video, for Sunday dinner. And like I say, obviously I met Zed over there as well, and had a meeting and discussed everything about trading and the economy and what options are available to us as day traders. So I won't keep you too long. Hope you enjoyed the vlog. At the end of the vlog, I'm going to do some trades. I had a swing position I had just before I went to Dubai. Closed it out once again too early, but I thought I'd get a nice 20% trade under the belt. So yeah, I'll discuss them trades, and hopefully you have pick up some inspiration from this. And again, sort of managing that money and managing your time really does enable you to sort of travel the world really and experience what I have been able to do. So yeah, enjoy. Bonnie. There we go, guys. Back in the sea on the Palm again. Raffles. I believe the Lego building, Atlantis something or other, St. Regis or something. And then Palm. Marina. And me. Chilling. This water is so warm. Hi guys, I'm literally under the shade trying to get out of the heat in Dubai. It's ridiculous. So attached here I'll post the trade that I've done. We've rejected 400. I'm hoping that we're going to test the highs of early hours this morning. So nothing overly complicated, a decent support-ish. And yeah, I've gone long, so we'll see what this brings. So I'm not going to be greedy with this trade, guys. I'm just walking into the sea with my phone, which is highly not recommended. But it just goes to show you, with a little bit of patience, letting the market do its thing, market open, giving it 20-30 minutes, what's possible. Hi guys, so we've got a nice Gucci velvet number. Excuse the pot belly. With some beige trousers. Apparently my missus don't like it. Overlooking the Gulf. Over the W on the Palm. Not fucking about. On to the next video. So, just waiting for the main man to come. The man that got me into the day trading side of things. Okay, I was investing and I've invested all my life, but it's this guy that really got me into the high frequency day trading side of things. So yes, I did have a bit of an edge on the markets, but with the right guidance, I'm able to sail my own ship. Just going to meet him at the lobby once again. So, doing a little interview with the main man in a second. Bosh. Just thinking how rich do I look in the stock market, and then this guy turned up. He's the real deal, guys. Follow him. Come here. Give that food to Big Daddy. Oh no. Here we go, guys. Living the life. This is the end of the Palm. I think that's the Taj Hotel and the address. Just on the way back from the having a look at the villas and see the gulf between the probes. Over to the Raffles Hotel and the W where we're staying. Woo! This is the life. This is what you want, one of these little paddle boards. Hey! Hi guys, so I'm on a paddle board in the middle of the Gulf on the last probe. That's the mainland, the W Hotel and the Raffles over towards Atlantis, and then this is the Palm, so where the big old fancy properties are and whatnot. Here we are. So I'm just going to try and turn around, which is kind of precarious here. And this is the mainland. There's the Dress Beach Hotel. And here we are. Whoa, hell bells. Just chilling in the Gulf on a paddle board, electric one. Don't know if I'm allowed to go here, but it looks quite beautiful. Change of scenery today, guys. A little day date with the midget, and yeah, a bit of fish spotting. Nice car lineup. Which one we're going to take out tomorrow?
Hello?
Yes, please. Well, welcome back to the channel once again. Information overload on the YouTube. So basically, for anyone that has been following me, basically I timed this reversal in and around here in mid-August. Yes, I did close it too soon. I think I was kind of a little nervous that we may have sort of tested this trend line here, and I was getting ready to go to Dubai, so I wanted to close out with the single biggest trade I've ever done. In theory, I would have probably closed out here at a smaller loss. As soon as I seen this sort of testing here, I'd have probably faked out and not give it the room that it could potentially have gone. I may have got out here, bearing in mind I was a week prior to stepping on the plane. I'm only using these examples of jumping on a plane is because, you know, this is euphoric moment here. This is a massive move. It's massive money, massive risk to reward. In terms of the reward was massive, so I want to enjoy that. I don't want to be that guy that's winning. However, you know, my losers are quite scarce because I am patient. You know, I do my technicals, I do my fundamentals. I am an avid investor. So, you know, short in the market, I tend to get in and get out rather quick, okay? So that's the bottom line. I'm not going to go on too much, guys, but the reason why I want to emphasize on why I closed it, I was going on holiday. Should I have not been going on holiday, I might have managed it. It was coming up the month end, and I've got other business commitments where I then need to filter my time into them. So on one sense, you enjoy the large profit, but then on the other sense, you don't, because you've closed it too early. But that gave me an insight to where we could get a bit of a dead cat bounce, okay? Basically, this has dropped off 1,800 points. So logic alone will tell us that we're going to get a little bit of a bounce. That is my opinion anyway. I've drawn some technicals here. Some of them might not be valid. They might have just been short for 5 minute demands or whatnot. So we'll just have a brief overview of why, once again, I was able to time the market. So I've done 2 trades now. This one here popped on my Discord, and number 2, we was all privy to this here. I know it's a logical number at 12k, but sometimes you can get too, this is on the daily, so it's great to look back and think, right, well, you know, of course it's going to bounce there for a good 500-600 points. Obviously, we know that, you know, around about 5% is a double the account movement, double your account. So if you'd have bought down here, obviously if you go on the 1 hour, you'd see that this wick was possibly easier to buy than on the daily. So we know that in and around 5% doubles our account for the swing traders out there and the short-term investors. There's nothing wrong with, I use share dealing as well, and that's what I do from time to time. I've got a couple of other accounts with other brokers, but I'm looking into using the IG share dealing. So if you're not comfortable with the leverage, or you think, right, well, I think this could go, and I'm happy to, you know, see where it can go. Yes, it's not net leveraged, but 5% is still 5%. You know, if you do 10 of them a year, you've had 50% on your funds. So you can see where some people use leverage, some people don't. And this is just a basic sort of overview of the first trade, which I'll pop the analysis on here and my brief description. On this dip here, I mean, again, you know, we've seen this massive sell-off. So what we'll do is we'll proceed with the daily, okay? So I like to leave my technicals going, okay? So obviously we had what we had in summer, and this is where I did that video. Done the video timing the dip here. Still getting to use this Mac, so bear with me at times. So we timed this dip here, okay? So now we are coming into next week where I'm going to explain this trade here. So if I go on my 15-minute, and as per the analysis, I said to my group, this was an area that I was looking at 640 to 650. This area here, this was a supply zone that I wanted to retest for a potential long. Okay, so I often draw sort of a resistance at times. Should I not be behind my laptop or my MacBook, which I wasn't in this case, where I obviously can't drag these along. This does sort of follow suit on my phone or my iPad or my Mac. This kind of gets lost this little bit here, and obviously we're into the real data here, so I just need to drag these on. So that's why I have the two, if anyone's asking. It's kind of still a resistance, so it's still a supply. Two different technicals. It's just that sometimes I can't always drag these across on my phone. Not as I recommend trading on your phone, but that being said, I actually did a couple of little scalps when I went for dinner with my missus while obviously in Dubai. So we'll just use this for argument's sake, 645 as per the analysis. So basically I wanted to retest this for a long. Okay, I thought we'd have a little long push. That was the technical reason, or the fundamentals. I felt everything aligned where we could get a nice little push, and we did so. Clearly wicked off here come CPI, but you know that's after. That wasn't this trade. This trade here was my assumption that if we tested this area here, 645, I believe I put on the description or thereabouts, tested this, we could potentially get a nice little 100-point move. I actually thought that the report, the inflation report, would have been a little better and not as alarming, hence this massive sell-off. So yeah, I thought, right, okay, things might be looking a little bit more rosy. I got it wrong. That was just a speculation. Of course, I didn't even hang on to this trade here, even though there was a good 100-point move. I just had a couple of scalps because I was busy. And yeah, I do trade on my phone the odd time, guys, because I was aware that the technicals. Of course, I give the analysis or the signal to the group that, listen, you know, should we retest this this supply zone? You know, we could potentially push through it, and that's what we did. So it was a decent trade of sorts. Here you can sort of see pre-market. We see market open, test the zone that I was contemplating, retested it there, so that would have been your entry there, or even 700 for a nice 100-point move, should you wanted to sort of intra-swing it. Or again, if you're going in fairly lumpy on a leveraged account, nothing wrong with taking two or three quick scalps. Oh well, so this was my Wednesday trade. I wouldn't say FOMO, but I was going home and wanted to get a little trade under my belt. So obviously here we're aware of the CPI, the inflation sell-off, kind of bled from Tuesday all through to Wednesday, and was a little nasty. Okay, so what I've done is, because I was in Dubai and obviously the time zones, I felt that this little spike here, which I was privy to it, my entry was around about here. I was hoping that we might just range a small tight range before potentially a break out or break down. So that was my logic behind that trade there. And obviously with the capital, once again, you know, I don't need massive moves. Yes, these are great. However, do I really need to put myself under that much pressure? From time to time I do, but I'm on all day in Dubai, so I didn't do. Here, I was hoping for what we call in the trade, or in my course at least, the Rob's mini range. So for those that don't know, it's a support and resistance where we kind of range in between, and waiting for a breakout or breakdown. There's hopefully 2 or 3 bites to the cherry, which here obviously you've got 2, 4, potentially 6 trades there where there's a good couple of 300 points on the table. So yes, that was it essentially. You know, I was trying to see and hope that support would hold. I've done a little video. I was actually in the taxi and sort of seen this support here that was in the morning of the Asian session open. If you can say it, don't spray it. And
in fact, sod that, guys. Just enjoying
scenery,
time,
and I suppose the position. So another 4% this morning.
This is a pattern I've identified over time that should a significant move, long or short, partake, then we are in that consolidation range, and I actually don't mind trading that. I wouldn't necessarily say it's algorithm trading, but something similar, and it's a pattern that sort of repeats itself a handful of times where you can potentially, you know, short this resistance up here and equally buy in this support here. So this is an area where I thought we could potentially start rejecting again, and I went in long and actually videoed the trade in the taxi on the way home for another 4%.